When a person says there is no God, first we have to have a definition of God. Who is God or what is God? A real you is not a form believing that there is no God. It's funny. Believing there is God is also funny. If you search through the whole universe, you won't find a God there. God is inside you, the one searching.
How many gods do we have?
Only one.
Right, another exciting edition of our show. Good evening. Welcome to Jan Cosmic Foundation. And I'm very happy every weekend like this one because we are always learning something new. Today we are looking at atheism. Atheist. I'm sure you agree with me that there are some people who believe that there is no God. And I think the Bible also put it right on point that the fool had said in their heart, there is no God. And those people are corrupt. They are doing abominable work, and there is none of them that are good. But I think some of these things are pragmatic, and we need experts. We need mystics, spiritual men to explain to us. That is why we have Dr. Baffour Jan right here with us. Good evening, my brother.
Good evening, beloved brother.
I'm always excited to meeting you. And today we are looking at atheism. There are some people who are saying there is no God. And I don't know, maybe you can explain to us. Do they have a point?
Yeah. When a person says there is no God, first we have to have a definition of God. Who is God or what is God? So sometimes when you define God in a certain way, then the way you define God doesn't exist.
So first of all, we are not debunking them, saying they have some point.
Yes.
Okay.
But their point depends on the definition of God.
Okay.
If you define God in a certain way, yes, God exists. If you define the same God in another way, doesn't exist.
Wow.
So we have to really get to this point clear. Now, all along, what I'm always hammering is that altogether there are three things. Things that have opposites. And things which have opposites came from something that doesn't have opposite in its nature. And that thing which doesn't have opposites is God. So when people say atheist and taste means believer in God, and atheist means the one who doesn't believe in God. So those are opposites.
Okay.
And the two are all illusions.
Okay.
Opposites, they are passing away. They're just dreams. So that which is real, that which is true, that which is, if you want to use the word God for that which is real, that which is true, that which is eternal, that which is unchanging, then it is none of things which are opposites. Things which are opposites they keep changing. Let's take, for example, if you are defining God the way people define God.
That's what I wanted to come to. You were saying that when you define God in a certain way, it's not right.
Yes.
But when you define God in a certain way, it's perfectly right for God. How do you define God wrongly and rightly?
Yes. Let me give you examples. All the time you hear people defining God, and they even call that God He. So He is part of a polarity.
Okay.
So it's externalized in the drama. And the opposite of that is she. See? So that cannot be God. If that has that kind of male form.
Okay.
Because the source, which is eternal, is not having such polarity at all. But it's projecting a kind of dreaming state. And it is in the dream state we have polarity. But when he absorbs it into himself, thinks of it himself, comes back to the self, then there isn't anything like all those things. So people think of God, but what you can think about is not God. Why? Because the mind is the dream.
Okay.
So whatever you can think about is not God.
Wow.
The God is the one who is energizing the thought. That is saying God. So in that wise, we bypass the God and we are talking of things in the dream. And if you do away with mind, then all the things we are talking about with these attributes here and there, they exist in the mind. And that one cannot be God. So let's look at it this way. Whilst all the things you think about can change, whatever you are thinking about, the concepts, the ideas you hold about it can change. And anything that can change is not God.
Okay.
What stays throughout when your mind is working is the one who owns the mind. So you have no doubt that you exist. But whatever you are thinking about as existing after that you is not guaranteed. They are all in the dream state. But the only thing guaranteed is that you exist. So there is something that is making all these other things happen. And that is the real you. When you say, I believe God exists, the I is there. You no doubt about it.
Sure.
But believing is something not always there. Why? Because somebody will also not believe it.
Okay. Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
And the person who doesn't believe it has no doubt he or she exists. But what he or she believes, another will not believe it.
Sure, sure.
So for that matter, believing cannot be eternal presence. But the believer has a reality within.
The believer.
The one believing.
Okay.
Look at it this way. There are three things. You are there. You are there. Then there is something outside of you to believe. And that thing which is outside of you, in between you and that thing, is a process we call believing. So the believing connects something outside. But whatever the believing process connects outside, when the believing changes, we find that that thing also changes. But the one who is doing the believing doesn't change.
Wow. Hold on it for a second. You are watching Jan Cosmic Foundation. Right here we are discussing atheism and so many discoveries coming out from Dr. Baffour Jan. I want you to follow this discussion. Let's know your comments down below. Give us a thumb up if you like the discussion. And please let me know down in the comment section below what you think about atheism. Doctor, you are talking about...
maybe there is something that will make it clearer for you. You see, I've told you anything which has opposites.
That was what I wanted to come about. Like, let's say, you see some people, as you say, believing gives space. But some people have the belief of some external God. And they pray to that external God. And they get results. We Christians, mostly we do that. We pray to God through Jesus Christ. We believe God is here externally. We get results. Traditional setup, they pour libation. They believe God is externally. They get results.
That is what is confusing them. You see, the point is this. Can any of them pray to that God without the very self getting involved in it? No. None of them bypasses the self. Most of the time when somebody is praying, then it's like he goes, when we say the person has devotion, because without deep devotion, you don't connect that God.
The outside God.
Outside God. So the deep devotion is happening inside you. So in other words, you are getting into your inside, and then the inside is projected outside. So you think the thing is outside, but it is the deep inside of your very self. Outside there is nothing. Whatever you see outside is a projection from inside. It's a mystery. Let me give you this example. You can get a rough idea. When you have a projector, cinema projector, yes, you may have the screen, and then the projector is set running, and then we see the film showing there.
Yeah.
But is it true that without the films in the projector, the films inside the projector, without that happening, would there be anything outside there to see?
Yeah. sure.
Nothing is outside there to see unless something is happening inside. So it is being projected. You see, the films are showing in that box. The film is going on and it's projected onto a screen. So what is going on inside is projected outside. And nobody can connect outside there without connecting inside. You can't really see a film outside there if there's no film inside here.
So you mean the real God is within?
It's inside.
Wow.
You see, it's a mystery.
The real God is inside, and
yes,
thinking
that
is outside that we are
that is the reality. In fact, you are capable of speaking, you are capable of thinking. All this is energy projected from the Spirit, and the Spirit is God.
Okay.
So that is God. And all these are projections. Now, the point is this. If the God inside, that is the real you, stops projecting outside, you can search outside. I mean, there is no way you can see anything outside.
Nothing.
All the things outside are because they are being projected from inside. That is a mystery.
Wow. So what I'm seeing here is my own projections.
Yes, they are projections from inside you.
Wow.
Very true. Now, sometimes somebody is having, let's say, high fever, or those who take drugs.
Okay.
So the projection from inside, something is happening to the projection, and based on that, what is being projected outside becomes so different. You're seeing things which normally others will not also see. And something that is there, he may not be seeing. And what is not there, he's also seeing. It's because the projection process, something is wrong with it. It's being disrupted. And then it gives you something to see here, but something is, the other person doesn't see anything there. You see? So, if we understand that there is only one Spirit, and that one Spirit is projecting from here, projecting from within you, projecting from within all the things, so that it's externalized, you see. But the projection, the real things are inside. So whatever you project outside is not the reality, but that which is making the projection possible is the reality, always there.
What is making the projection possible is the reality.
Yes, that is
what you project outside.
No. What you project outside keeps changing. Okay. And it is something that will always change. But where the projection is coming from never changes.
Okay.
So if you search through the whole universe, you won't find a God there. The God is inside you, the one searching.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So the one searching, what is disturbing people's mind is when you have a body. Now, the body makes you think that when we are talking of you, then it is this. But it's yes. And this body is a finite thing, something you can describe.
Yeah.
But the Spirit inside you, that is the real eternal thing, is all present. So beyond the body, it is here. It is there. It is there. It is there. It's inside you also.
Okay. So inside you, it's present, and outside of you, it's
outside of you, equally present.
Okay.
You see, but these are projections, and very good.
I'm now understanding.
Now you are getting the understanding.
Okay. Yeah.
These are projections. So anything within the projected presence cannot be called God.
God. Okay. Okay.
But that which projected it is God.
Okay. Okay.
You see? So
how many gods do we have? If you are talking about I'm projecting something differently, I'm God. There's a God inside me projecting something. There's a God inside you projecting something. How many gods do we have?
only one.
And how will you explain the only one God?
Yes.
For me to understand.
Yes, that is this. Whenever you bypass the projections, including your body, you bypass all projections, and immediately you are spirit. You are God. And immediately you are inside me. You are inside everywhere, the space, everywhere. Yes.
You mean you are one with everything?
The real you is not a form. You see? But all the forms exist inside it.
The real you.
Yes.
Okay.
So in actual fact, if we are defining correctly, when you say you, the real you, or I, the real I, is occupying all places.
Okay.
Try this. When you close your eyes and you are carried, maybe in a vehicle or in an airplane or whatever, and you are taken somewhere, and then you are placed there. All that time your eyes are closed. Now, you continue to have your eyes closed. Then you are not using your ears also. Everything is closed.
Yes.
Then you get to the point where you are not feeling the body. Now, at that point, where are you? Who are you? To define it, you can't define in space that I am here or there. Because the eyes projecting will give you a definition externally. But now no projection. You have ended projection.
Okay.
And where are you? And who are you? At that time, you can go completely blank because mind is no more functioning. And you can't say, I am Kwaku Kumi.
Okay.
You are saying, I am Kwaku Kumi because mind is working, connecting things. And it's connecting sound, connecting sight, and so on. Now it gives you definition in a projected presence. But when you go to the reality inside you, it has no location. All over. That is why we say omnipresent. So at that point in time, you can't even tell the time. So past, future, you just are. You are. Question of place? No. Question of time? No. And that is spirit. You see? And that is spirit. And for that matter, you have the capability at that state to be anywhere at the same time.
Wow.
So that is the God state. And therefore, if in that state you define yourself that you are an ant, that means you are coming back from the God state and you define yourself, you project ant, and lo and behold, you open your eyes and you are ant. You see? Because you are omnipotent.
You projected it.
Whatever you project becomes.
Wow. So that's the meaning of omnipotent.
Yes.
Omnipresent. So, you've explained omnipresence, omnipotent. What about omniscience?
Yes.
That's another one.
Coming to that. You see. So omnipotent, because now that you come to that presence purely freed of projections. So the projection that I am this, I am that, gone. You are not a body. You are not Kwekukumi. You are not black. You are not tall. You are not human. You are not animal. You are not plant. And there is no past. There is no future. So now, if you begin to project from there, project time and space, and define yourself, I am right now human, or I am right now a particular animal, and you project that form, because you are omnipotent, that form will immediately be what you call yourself. So all the things we are seeing, they are projections of the one spirit.
Okay.
Therefore, projections are not by themselves you, but they represent you in a sense. Just as the film on the screen is actually representing the films inside the projector. And the films inside a projector can be touched, can be changed, can be, I mean, we can work on that.
Wow, then we need something like that. But there is
the film on the screen,
outside we can't.
You can't go and do something
adjustments there, but you can make adjustments.
Adjustment in the projector.
All right. So, Doctor, then this goes as, then if you can share with us some of your techniques. I know we have a lot of techniques, and we want to, go more into the internal stuff than, you see, we are most occupied by outside in this generation.
Yeah.
Mostly we are occupied outside. But what you are talking about right now, it looks as if we should send the concentration more inside, so that we can able to see the real God we are talking about.
Yeah.
I know you have some great techniques, if you can share some with us.
Yes, beloved. I'll share some with you, but I want people to really understand.
Okay.
Because when it is said, like the Christ was saying, when I move into the self and you are approaching me and you are still in the projected form, and you are saying like, oh, I've been worshiping you, just pull me to your side. Then I will say, hey, I needed water, I came to you, you didn't give it to me. So in the projected situation, there are some laws that will help you to withdraw back into spirit state. But when you don't recognize that spirit is one and is the one you are meeting, inside him is the same one. You, the inner part of you, is the inner of the other person. So he would say, I never knew you. You are external, but then you didn't understand.
So that's the meaning of what he said.
Yes.
I came to you, didn't give me food to eat, didn't give me water
Yes,
to drink.
yes. You see, and people will say, when? We didn't see you. We didn't, otherwise we will give you water. I say, yes. Because it's deeper. It's deeper. One in that state sees himself everywhere.
Okay.
The moment you switch off the projection, that is the seeing, the hearing, the tasting, the feeling, if you switch everything off, you are everywhere. You are inside the other person, and you are inside a tree, and you are inside all the things. And in actual fact, they are projections in a small part, a small, like a dot area. The whole universe is like a small dot inside you, the spirit. So what can go inside there that you call God? The whole universe is a small dot inside the spirit. So what is inside the universe that you call God?
You are greater than this minor thing.
This is just a projection, tiny projection of the energy of God. So we are not realistic. We are not really let's say, can you talk of something minus you yourself?
No.
But can't you be there minus the thing?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
But you can't talk of anything minus you.
Yourself. Wow, wow, wow. There's a mystery. You can't talk about anything minus you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
you can talk about the other thing outside. Wow. Wow.
But you can talk about yourself. You can go into yourself minus all things.
All things. Okay.
But there's no way you can talk about anything minus you. You can't talk about the God the way we talk about God. You can't talk about God minus you, because it's you who is talking. But you can talk about or concern about you, and it will be minus all the topics. So the real you is being bypassed all the time. And that is the essence of God. So theism and atheism, when you bring the two together, then the balance point, which is neutral, is where spirit can be experienced. So somebody believing there is God and somebody believing there is no God, they are polarities, just like one is night, one is day.
So we can't even say the atheists, they are moralistic, because even if we say that they are in the polars.
Yeah, they are also polarity to the believer in God. And beliefs always happen within the mind. So let's take somebody who is crazy, totally crazy. Can you let him believe something?
No way.
So every belief depends on mind. But the truth is the possessor of the mind. The possessor of the mind is eternal. But the mind is not eternal. That is why even at the moment we can go blank. You see, we can go blank. But the self continues. A baby has not as yet begun to think. The first day the baby learns, thinks nothing. But is it not alive?
It's alive.
It's alive. It's conscious. It's aware. But it's not thinking. So what does the baby believe? Nothing. So he can choose to believe there is no God. He can believe there is God. It is when the mind has been brought forward, then the polarities. It all begins, it is deeply rooted with the breath, which is opposite. In, out. And you are beginning the process of polarity, projection. But beyond that, when the baby is in the womb, not breathing, can you say it's not alive? It's alive. But what does it believe inside the womb there? Nothing.
So that's why the Bible said we should be like children before we can enter the kingdom of God.
Yes. You be like children, be like that, like the babies. That means we're withdrawing from all these departed opposites and coming to a balance, and it's a withdrawal back to spirit state. And once it clicks, then it is spirit, and we are everywhere. The self-definition changes. And there is no thought, because thought is in the realm of polarity. So, God is not thought. So you are thinking this, thinking that, and what you are thinking, you call it God. This is beyond what people...
Sure.
Unless really you come to spiritual realization before you know.
Understand.
Yeah, you understand.
Sure.
You see.
Yeah, but anyway, if you can give us the technique.
Yeah, you talked of a technique. Yeah, I think the other time...
Those things are very helpful. You see, we keep practicing them, and it's keeping us in balance. So I think maybe some of these techniques.
Okay, the other time I gave one technique and one distance, but I will give it again, open it out for you. Because some techniques have been given to very serious people who want to realize the truth about themselves. that you are not this limited something.
Body.
You see, in the night, though you can do it at daytime also, but you have to be in a place where maybe you get some kind of darkness.
Okay.
Now, in a room, total darkness, no light anywhere. You sit, relax. Then as your breath becomes silent, then first try to see something around, and there wouldn't be anything to see. And your mind will only be imagining things and going backwards, thinking of past things and things yet to come. Then you say, no, 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 I want to see something in this room. I want to see something in this room. So open your eyes wide, try to see something. And there is nothing to see. So as you keep doing it, the mind will be frustrated. It will be compelled to slow down.
Okay.
First, it will go backwards, trying to connect with past things of yesterday, this morning, or that. And then you say, no, no, no. I said I want to see something right now here in this room. And there isn't anything to see. And it will turn into, after here, I will be going here. You say, no, 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 no. I want to see something in this room. You concentrate, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing to see. Total darkness. So when it is like that, you keep insisting you want to see, the mind becomes frustrated, and it slows down by force.
Okay.
Naturally, spontaneously, it will slow down. So it's just like a wild animal that you are actually taming. So you can tame the mind with this technique.
How about the daytime? You were talking about doing
Oh,
it in
daytime,
the night,
if you
daytime.
create that kind of darkness, that means you get to maybe a small room where you have the curtains or whatever and all light out. Sometimes you can create the darkness.
Okay.
Yes. Now, so in that state, once the mind slows down, it gets to a point, like a wild animal you are actually taming,
Down.
it will lie down. Once it goes down like that, amazing things begin to happen. That means you are now entering expanded presence, spirit, which is everywhere. That is why when you come to that state, even things happening far away will be here.
Okay.
You'll be seeing. Things yet to happen tomorrow are happening right now. Okay. They are available to spirit. Things that happened in the past, they are here right now, only known to spirit. So spirit is omnipresent. So once you put this mind down, you are no more in a location that is in the room. You are everywhere. You see? And you will even get to the point you've forgotten where you are. So location doesn't matter anymore to you. And then the next thing is time doesn't have meaning. It's not like it is this particular time of the day. Mind is what says it, and mind is asleep, is gone to sleep. You see? So if mind is not telling time, then there's no time. And We call it timeless. And there is no location, locationless. And that is omnipresence.
Okay.
At that point, if you do it, at that point, if I do it, I become you, you become me.
Wow.
That is when we know we are one, not two. So, this is a simple technique I want to give.
Yeah. We will try it. We will try
Yes.
it. We'll try it. Dr. Final words, atheism. Final words.
Yeah, atheism, believing that there is no God. It's funny. But that is not the only thing funny. Believing there is God is also funny. Because
you are in the polar world.
yes. You are all using the mind. When you drop the mind, believing ends. Whether believing in God, believing in no God, they end. And what remains is God.
For sure. Wow, thank you very much for watching, my brothers and sisters. We really appreciate Dr. Jan. He's always here to speak the truth to us. What you need to do is to just subscribe to our channel, watch our videos over and over and over again. Thank you once again, and see you in another video.